All right, everybody, good morning. Welcome to our pre-shred call. My name is Robin. I'm your resident nutritionist, nutrition strategist, and I'll introduce you to all of our shred leaders in just a second. So our Shred 10 is going to begin on Monday, which is July 8th, and go through the 17th. We're going to talk a little bit about what to do, what to expect, and how to do it. The Shred 10 is designed to shred the foods and the habits that are not serving us and flood our bodies with whole food nutrition. So we'll be doing that for 10 days, which is really just a jump start. Good morning, Adrian. And I want to introduce you to our shred leaders. And our shred leaders are health experts as well as those who have participated in the shred in the past and had such a wonderful experience that they wanted to come on board our team and inspire others to do the same. So I just want to give a shout out to all the shred leaders, and then I will circle back to them a little bit later and have them give their words of wisdom. But we have BJ. Wave, BJ. Wave, hi. Alma's on the phone, so she's going to do a virtual wave. And Bernetta's somewhere. Wave if you can see her. And we have Tammy Cloud. Wave, Tammy Cloud. Tanisha, who's not on here today. And then yours truly, Robin. And so, again, this is our team, our July Shred Leader team. And we're excited that you all are here. And we will be supporting you and encouraging you and doing the shred with you this time around. A lot of people, they come to the shred because their intention is to release pounds. And that is exciting. And that is certainly a side effect. Our focus is really to flood your body with the whole food nutrition. And so in doing that, again, the side effect is getting the pounds off. Someone is chatting, and let's see who. I have a question that came up, so I want to. Oh, hi. Good. Kathy is excited to be here. And so let me say something about the idea of Shred 10, because people hear, oh, Shred 10, 10 pounds. Maybe, maybe not, right? So we've had shredders that have released 15 pounds in the 10 days. We have shredders that do 4 pounds in the 10 days. Your body is going to respond how it needs to, but it's important that you follow the plan and that you do the protocol as written, and you will see the most results. All right, so let's move past that. I just want to remind you all of the startling trends that we are experiencing in our world today. And one of them is our environment. Our environment is filled with so many different toxins, and when we breathe them into our cells, and our cells really need the armor in order to fight what we can't control, which is breathing. The second challenge that we have is our food today is, for the most part, really, really deficient of nutrients. So you have the food that is processed, that is totally void of nutrition. And then you have the fruits and vegetables that are in the store, but not picked with all of the nutrients intact, because picked before they're vine ripened, grown in soil that is not nutrient dense. And as a result of that, then we are plagued with all of these health disparities, and they're on the rise. In the 11 years that I've been in the field of nutrition, I've seen more and more cases of cancer and diabetes and autoimmunes and all kinds of things going on. And this is our strategy, if you will, just at least on this level, to take out all these toxins and flood our bodies with what it really craves. So I'm really excited about the Shred 10 and the opportunity that you have in front of you to boost your health and nutrition. So let's talk about what this 10 days is supposed to look like, and with the understanding that I know in 10 days it is a jump start, and we'll talk about what to do after the 10 days. 10 days gives your body enough time to say, hey, this is good. And after the 10 days, you can decide, you know what, this is good. My body likes it. I'm going to keep going. But for those 10 days, we definitely want to remove gluten. And let me explain why we're removing gluten and what gluten is. Gluten is the protein found in wheat. Now, back in the day, before wheat was modified, our bodies knew what to do with it. It was familiar. when it was grown in its natural state. Well, now it's modified and has chemicals on it, and our body oftentimes doesn't know how to digest it properly. And so it throws our body for a loop, and sometimes we don't know it because we're so used to now with the way that our body is functioning that we don't know what we don't know. So removing gluten, which is the protein in wheat, gives our body a chance to say, you know what, I don't know if that was working for me, and gives our digestive system a cleaner way to behave. So gluten is found in bread. So we're not doing any breads, any pastas. What else comes in? Just about most of the carbohydrates are in a wheat form. Now your question might be, well, what about getting gluten-free bread or gluten-free this, that, and the other? And my answer to that is, as I list the carbohydrates in the menu, those are the ones that I recommend that you stick to. So in place of bread, in place of pasta, you can do sweet potatoes, corn tortillas, you can do oatmeal, brown rice, those type of things. So we're not going to replace one processed food for the other. So we're going to stay away from gluten for 10 days, and you can do anything for 10 days. I think you can. Also, we're removing dairy. Why dairy? Dairy oftentimes has an allergen effect in the body that we may not know. May contribute to allergies, bloated, candida in the body. So we're just going to hang off of that for about 10 days. That is your cheese, that's your butter, that is your milk, that's your coffee creamer in a lot of cases, but you'll be okay. Again, you can do anything for 10 days. Caffeine. Now, caffeine might give some people a little fear if you are heavy onto the caffeine. And so my recommendation in this regard, because we don't want you to have a headache but not having your caffeine, is if you drink 10 cups of coffee a day with caffeine, then go down to 5, right? Or half of that cup in caffeine, half of it in decaf, so that you can wean yourself down. Alcohol, self-explanatory, has a lot of sugar in it, generally speaking. So again, you can do anything for 10 days. Processed food, basically anything that's in a box or a can and is not from the earth as far as the food is concerned. And then sugar, I have good news about sugar. The good news is when you are taking the complete protein, it has natural sugars in it. So in that regard, it can serve as a way to give your sweet tooth what it needs. And if you have the chewables in gummy form for the Juice Plus, those two can help you with the sweet tooth. Other than that, we're not adding in any sugar anywhere to anything, and making sure that, again, if you're not doing processed foods, you're okay without the sugar. The question may be, can you use stevia? Yes. We want to pull away from the artificials or the sweet and lows and the equals and all of those things. But the stevia is legal. And what I do is I drink tea, decaf tea, and I will add stevia in my tea. We're also recommending that you stop eating after 6:30, 7 o'clock. Now, if you are a graveyard shift person or that doesn't work for you because of your time schedule, let us know on the back end and we'll make a suggestion. But all things being equal, we would have a cutoff time for you then in that case to stop eating. But if that's your case, message your shred leader and we'll go through that. But otherwise, between 6:30 and 7, we're also going to add in 3 to 4 days of exercise. Woo! Now, exercise takes on many forms. It could be walking. Weight-bearing exercises is very, very useful for the body. But for these 10 days, add in 3 to 4 days of exercise. Make that commitment. Enough water so your urine is clear. I'm talking to myself because everybody that knows me knows that I have a problem with getting my water in. So enough water so that your urine is clear. And that makes it simple because you're not trying to figure out, well, how much water, how much not water until your urine is clear. 7 to 8 hours of sleep, self-explanatory. Taking your 2 Juice Plus shakes per day. Now, let me say this. Some of you have figured out that maybe you only want to take 1 Juice Plus shake a day, right? So we recommend 2, but we understand that some of you may only take 1, and we get it. But when you're doing the shred, taking 2 of your meals out and putting 2 shakes in is what we recommend. And then adding in your Juice Plus fruits, vegetables, berries in a capsule or chewable. And I'll explain a little bit more about that as well. So how to take your complete shakes. One of them you can do as a smoothie. So smoothie means that you're adding a fruit and the maximum amount of fruit. Let's look at a half a cup to 1 cup max. And I'm saying 1 cup of not blueberries, right? If we're doing a cup, that would be like peaches, the larger fruits. But your tiny ones like blueberries, that's a half a cup. Be very, very cognizant of the amount of fruit that you're putting in there. Don't overfruit your smoothie. If you're doing a banana, I'm going to say half of a banana, as we know, and some of our shred leaders will tell you that the banana is the fruit with one of the highest amounts of sugar. My sincere recommendation is that you add a good fat to your smoothie. Good fat being a nut butter, it could be avocado. That helps you to stay fuller longer. So one of your shakes can be a smoothie. The second one recommended just with water or with a nut milk. So first one is smoothie, the second one water or a nut milk. So again, 1 to 2 shakes per day. And some people ask, well, what if I'm hungry between meals? And so I would then, if that is your question, and if that feels like that's going on for you, my question is, did you add a good fat to that? And if you said yes, then I'd also say along with that, go ahead and add a small salad or a handful of vegetables. And lastly, make sure that you're drinking all of your water. So if you've had all of the recommended amount of water, you've put some good fat in there, and you've added a little bit of extra more bulk with vegetables, and you still feel hungry, let's say after 2 hours, 3 hours, which doesn't happen very often, then that could mean that your metabolism is revved up. Maybe you're exercising more. That's when you can utilize the snack that's offered to you in your nutrition plan. You're going to be eating every 3 to 4 hours up until the time that we stop. But if you're hungry, that is my recommendation. The other thing is, what if I'm not hungry? What if you've had your shake and you're like, oh, it's filled me up and now it's time for lunch and I don't want to eat? What I would say to you is have a little bit of something, a little bit of what's on that menu, and drink your water and then move on, right? So we don't want to force you to eat if you don't want to. Aha, if the complete gives me gas, that happens. I tell you, it does happen. That's your body revving up with all that fruits and vegetables and your digestive system repositioning itself. And I had one person, well, I won't even say, they were like, I have so much gas. It seemed like a buffalo died in my body. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's vivid. So if the gas after like a few days is just out of control, message your shred leader and we'll address it at that time. But if you do get gas, I get it. Keep on going. Hopefully you won't offend anybody, but it is a part of the process. How to take your Juice Plus. So not everybody has the Juice Plus fruits, vegetables in a capsule or a berry, but we know that when you do, the results are more pronounced when you're adding the whole food nutrition. So for those of you, again, who don't have it, that is fine. In the future, look toward adding it because it does give your body so much more nutrition. And again, because we're taking out so much, we want to put so much back in terms of nutrients. But when you first get your Juice Plus, my recommendation is to take 1 of each, 1 fruit, 1 vegetable, 1 berry, just for a few days, and then go to the regular dosage, which is 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, 2 berries. If you don't have the berries, it's 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, what have you. Or if you're gummies, the recommended amount. Just take half for just a couple days and then go in until the full dosage. People say, tell me again, why am I taking this Juice Plus? And so I want to see if I can I put somebody on the spot? Alma, can I put you on the spot? Where are you, Alma? Maybe I can't put Alma on the spot. Is she out there? All right, we won't put Alma.
All right, right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
So tell them if you can, Alma's one of our shred leaders, why they should take Juice Plus and then what you know from taking Juice Plus.
Why you should take Juice Plus? Because we don't get 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And by doing that, you're flooding your body with good stuff. So if you're like feeling sick, it's because you're not eating right. And I mean, it helped me so much just taking that and taking away the gluten, the dairy, the processed food, the sugar, the alcohol. I used to drink like every weekend, so that just autoimmune disease came on really bad. So taking all that out and flooding with your body with all these good stuff, you're gonna start feeling good. With the Shred 10, you're gonna start losing weight. I didn't think I was gonna lose, 28 pounds, and 28 pounds left, and it feels so amazing. Inflammation in my body is gone. But like, it's just 10 days. It seems like it's a lot, but feeling good made a difference in my life. Also with the Juice Plus, I mean, it just didn't change my life. It changed my whole family's life, doing all that too. What else did you ask me?
That'll work, Alma. Thank
Robin?
you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome, Alma. Every time, Alma has such an amazing story, and I hope you all get to, well, I'm sure she will pop into the group and share her journey with it. It is scientifically proven, and this is what I say to everybody. What do you think would happen to your body if you flooded your body with 30 to 45 raw fruits and vegetables every day? Juice Plus is considered raw. It is the nutrients, the pits, the peel, the seeds, water taken out and put into the capsules or the chewables. It is considered food. It is not considered a supplement. It is not a multivitamin. And for me as a nutritionist, I had to read all the research, all the journals before I could put my hat on it and recommend it to people, because there's so many things out there. And I needed to feel that what I was putting my name next to was the real deal. And again, it is not a multivitamin, even though it is encapsulated. You would want to think that, but it literally is the fruit and the vegetables themselves in there. Children receive Juice Plus for free. So some of you that have it know that. You've sponsored your grandchild, somebody else's child, a neighbor, or what have you. And we want you to make sure those children get their Juice Plus, because the children are doing worse than we are. And 90-some-odd% of children that take Juice Plus see a positive result. So as a parent or a sponsor, or whoever has the child that is taking the Juice Plus, please have them fill out and pay attention to how the child feels by having it. All right, let's make sure you have all of the following. The first thing I want to make sure is you have is your meal plan at a glance. So just the one page what to eat, as well as your 4-week meal plan. So there is the 10 days. Then after that, Necessary Nutrition created a 4-week meal plan, because we don't just want to just drop you off after the 10 days. We want you to have a roadmap to follow thereafter. If you do not have the items that I'm mentioning here, make sure to connect with your Shred leader. We want to make sure that you have the digital recipe book. Some of y'all shredders post such wonderful recipes and ideas, and we're looking forward to that. Access to our private Facebook accountability and support group. I understand that some don't have Facebook, and you can connect with your Shred leader about that. But if you do have Facebook, we want to make sure that you're in that group. If you're not in the group, connect with your Shred 10 leader. And also the Shred 10 Success Guide. Any of these things that I mentioned and you don't know what I'm talking about, or you don't see them, connect with your Shred 10 leader and ask them where these items are. And then lastly, but certainly most important, is your personal drive and your commitment to doing this. Let me go over the meal plan, and then I'd love for Bernetta to talk about preparation a little bit, because every time she talks about it, I feel ready to do something extra. But your meal plan, again, meal 1, generally speaking, is your protein shake. If for some reason your protein has not arrived yet on the full menu, there is another option for you. So make sure to review that. But all things being equal, you're going to start off meal 1 with the protein shake. If you need a snack, then you will do, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you could do some hummus and veggies, water, and if you are not and you want to have some turkey or a little bit of tuna and water, if you feel hungrier, that is fine. Your lunch will be your complete shake or your drink, and if you want to add a big old salad to that, that is fine. Your dinner, be creative. So it's just written here, without flair, right? So there's chicken, tofu, eggs, so forth, brown rice, yams, or quinoa. You can make all kinds of things. Mix it up. Be creative. There are recipes. There are ideas. When you have ideas, please do share them because we all need to learn as well. So it doesn't have to be just an old piece of chicken breast, some old broccoli, and it just puts some excitement into that. All right, we talked about the Facebook group. Bernetta, can you come on and just talk to us a little bit about being prepared for this journey? Wherever you are out there, where are you?
I'm here. Good morning,
I put
everyone.
you on the spot.
No problem. I'm excited to be able to share, just to be here. I am so thrilled at all the names I'm seeing on the call this morning. Oh my gosh. Daphne Cowan's here. I feel like doing that whole shout out from Romper Room. But anyway, welcome everybody. And so what do we do to prep? I think the thing that I want to encourage you to do is just really have some talks with yourself. Read over the Shred 10 guideline. Like, you should read it over today a couple of times to make sure you understand what your day should look like. And then make copies of that, have it in your purse or your pocket, in the car, at your desk. And then go to the calendar today. Go to the calendar and really look at what these next 10 days are going to look like starting Monday, and go through each day just so that you have really considered what am I up to this week? I mean, there's just always going to be all these activities and things that you have to get done. And so I want to encourage you to, what's really happening for me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through the shred, so that you can make specific plans. Now, here's what I'm going to get my shake. Here's what I'm going to have for dinner. Make sure that you've purchased all the vegetables that you eat. What protein are you going to use for dinner each night, so that it's ready? Because, the thing that gets you is when you're not prepared and you're super hungry, and then all of a sudden whatever's closest, that's what you're going to eat. So really take the time to do that. And the better I get at that, the better I get at the shred. So I know, Robin, you're also going to talk about maybe some of those. You talked about gas. But maybe there's some other sort of negative effects from the shred. A lot of people, especially if you've been just kind of going at it with your food, and you know who you are. So I would recommend, you really cut back today. I know it's Saturday and I know it's Sunday, but hey, if you get some of that bad stuff out of your system already, then by Monday, some of the effects, you might have some headaches. You might feel extra tired. You might be a little grumpy. And that's all normal. It's all natural. And so thinking through what are some of the things you're going to do to mitigate that. And that's one of the great things about going to bed early, planning out your sleep schedule, making sure you have breaks. I wanted to add on for exercise. Hey, you guys, walking is an exercise. So please don't go out and feel like you got to run a mile or, climb a mountain or anything. Just getting some extra steps in counts as exercise. And even if you just did that 10-minute walk, that's something during lunch, that counts. We don't want you to overdo it to the point where you're sad in the next, day. So I hope those are some good recommendations.
I always, when Bernetta talks about being prepared, and it never fails that shredders will say, I didn't do well today because I forgot my this. Okay, so keeping it real, y'all. This is 10 days. You signed up for it. You know these 10 days are coming. And not that we don't want to hear your truth, but we want to tell you in advance to prepare so that you don't have to say, I just didn't have it ready. Or no. Get it ready. Get it ready. And I understand you may have had it ready and you left right out the door and left your food on the counter. We get that. So we get that, because those things happen. But for the most part, get it prepared, get it ready, give yourself all that you can give yourself for 10 days and see what happens. When we're doing, thank you so much. And we are definitely going to hear from Ma BJ and Tammy in a little
Can I say one more thing, Robin, real quick?
Absolutely.
You guys, somebody on here, especially your Shred 10 leader, but maybe there's other people on here that if you find yourself in a moment, in AA, we have, buddies and sponsors. Get a buddy and call them. I want to, commend Artie, who was just like really tripping out. It's the first day. It's like, what do I do? You know, call your Shred 10 leader. If you're tripping out, don't do it by yourself. That's why we have the accountability group. Get one of our numbers. It doesn't matter whose team you're on. If you just call me and say, I'm on the shred and I don't know what to do, I promise I'm here to help you. So don't go it alone. That's the whole idea. We're here.
Yes, we are here. We're here to hold you accountable. And here's a couple things. If you're in the Facebook group, we know some of you all like to look, but not comment or not post. We want to know that you're there. We want to know that you're in, and we'll look for you. So all of the shred leaders, y'all look for your people. Because if you haven't heard from them, we got to figure out where they are. I know who my shredders are, and I assure you, if you're on my shred team, I will literally like, where is such and such? I will look for you. I will call on you. I want to hear from you. So don't be mad if I'm like, I haven't heard from Kathy. You okay? I'm going to look for you. We're here to hold each other accountable. We're here to tell the truth, because this ain't easy, but maybe it is. It depends. You're going to have some people who are like zipping through. You're going to have a handful of people that are struggling. We need all of that to be expressed. And don't feel like, this is the thing, maybe you feel sluggish, right? Because all this toxins is coming out of your body. Maybe you have gas. Maybe you feel shaky. Tell us, because there's a solution, there's a remedy, and we know how to coach you and guide you through. Don't be out there feeling some type of way without making it known, because it will not get you to where you want to be. So I want to stress that. Very, very important. We've seen every kind of scenario, and we need you to be vocal about it, about yours, if that is your case. Again, your participation in the group, very much encouraged. We want you to post. We want you to share. We want you to show us your food. We want you to show us your capsules. Show us your creations. We love it. We're excited. We then take your ideas and we do them too. So share. If you don't have Facebook, let your individual shred leader know, and y'all will work out how to keep you accountable. We talked about preparation being the key. We talked about what to expect from the shred. You expect to feel better. And so I want to bring on shred leader, and she's our newest shred leader, Tammy Cloud. Tammy, can you answer these two questions? What did you expect from the shred, and then what did you get from the shred?
I expected to drink some shake and eat some gummies.
And then what happened?
I lost 15 pounds in 2 dress sizes. The inflammation left my body. I feel good. I'm not going back. My husband did it with me. We fit our wedding rings after 2 years, and I just feel incredible. I'm getting a neck back, and I'm just shouting it from the rooftop. I want everybody to know.
Yes, I guess we all are fortunate in such a way, because as shred leaders, we get to hear all of these amazing stories. I don't think I cry at least 3 or 4 times a week by the journeys. And so when Tammy shared our journey, I'm like, are you kidding? Because she sent me a message of the picture of the scale after like a couple of days, and she's like, can this be real? And I'm like, well, that's not typical, I can say that, but because you had inflammation, and when you're taking out all this out of your body is like, yeah, I like the way this is, and it's just, you can't know until you do it, because how could we have known that, right? And what I like what you said, Tammy, was it's simple, right? It's complex, but it is simple. And just to be clear, Tammy, your eating habits were a little bit different, right, before the shred. Do you find it hard now, having taken out some of those foods that you were used to?
No.
Hi, Rodney.
Hi.
No, actually, I feel so good. I don't want to go back to eating like that, because my eating habits was really bad, and our cooking habits were really bad. So I don't want to eat like that again. I don't want to feel like that again. I was feeling horrible. I took out my Enbrel. I was on injections, and I called my rheumatologist. I was like, I don't need this anymore. He said, okay, I'm gonna DC this. I'm gonna take this off your chart. No more injections for psoriatic arthritis. No more. I don't have to inject myself. I don't have to do shots.
Wow, that's crazy.
DC.
And then Rodney, what happened to Rodney? Rodney, what was your story? Because you were a shredder you didn't even mean to be a shredder.
Exactly. I I hadn't been able to do this, like snap my fingers, because my hands were so swollen and so big. Now, or I couldn't like pick up the most smallest thing. I mean, I could, but it was just like, it was like having 50-foot hands and trying to pick up a needle.
Wow.
So, but now it's like I pick up the smallest thing just like that. I didn't want to really do it, but when I did it, oh, I felt so great. My feet feel great. My sight is just awesome. You know, I don't have my glasses on, but that's just a testament right there.
Wow.
Because I can look,
blood sugar.
I can see.
Your blood sugar.
That's just about normal every morning when I get up, and I haven't taken my injections either, but I'm taking the pills, so that's a step up too, because I'm supposed to take injections 5 times a day.
Wow.
And I feel like a pincushion sometimes, but when I check it, it's like in the low 90s every morning. So that's great. It should be right up in there.
And
I didn't mind giving up bread.
I want to say this to the other shredders too.
One thing you forgot.
Go ahead.
You forgot grits. You forgot grits.
Yes.
He went and got his grits.
Wait.
He went and got his grits.
Yes.
He got his grits.
Because this is important. This is an important question. This is about the meal plan. Yes, grits are okay. grits are gluten-free, y'all. So grits, yes, thank you so much. Yes, right? The most important thing. Yes. I gotta put that on the menu as an option. Yes. Grits. Yes. I want to say this too about the medications and the reduction of medication for everyone that's listening. It's important that when you're doing
talk to your doctor.
You got to go to your doctor. You can't just.
We talk to our doctor. She's hearing from us a bit much.
Yes.
A bit much. Mine, his, mine. Yeah. All the time.
So it is just, thank you so much for sharing your testimony. Thank you, Rodney.
Thank you.
And Tammy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's just, so to all of you all out there, again, we don't know if that's going to happen to you. It is what condition your body is in, and that your body will then respond in a way that it should. So everybody's body is different. The nutrition knows where to go from you. So again, the Shred 10, and BJ, we're going to have you come in a little bit and just share your words of wisdom. The Shred 10 is your 10-day jumpstart to better health. So again, we'll come back together after the 10th day. So on the 11th day, we're going to meet here again, hear some of y'all's feedback, and then we'll literally talk about what happens right after that. We come together every month to shred. Our post-shred wrap-up meeting is going to be on the 18th at 7 p.m. So please be sure to mark your calendar for that. And someone asked me about calories before, and the reason why we don't do a lot of counting calories is what we focus on is filling your body with nutrients. And we know that when you're reducing your sugar and your carbohydrates and you're eating in a balanced fashion, then the way that the meal plan is structured is that you're getting what you need. And all calories are not created equal. And so talking calories really is not what we do. And I don't know who wants to go through life trying to count, unless you're an accountant or you like numbers, but trying to figure out all of this all day long is a little difficult. So the meal plan is just written as it should be for you to see the results. Another thing, there's a resource. If you don't have it, we have a resource on emotional eating. because we talk a lot about the logistics of food, but we also know that food, our relationship with food is tricky, and it can be. So if you want the resources, the podcast conducted with myself and another professional that is an emotional eating coach, if you like that resource and you don't have it, you can ask your shred leader and they will get it to you as well. And Ma BJ, will you share some words of wisdom, your experience with the shred, and just kind of bless us with your presence? Maybe. Ma BJ, are you there? I see you. There you are. Can I hear you?
Me?
Yep, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Well, it's wonderful. I mean, I didn't lose as much as Tammy, but I feel wonderful. I think the key for me was really adding the exercise and what you said on emotional. That's why with my group, I also talk to them about their mindset, because I had a husband who was fit, who ate all the right foods, who did all the right things, and still didn't have a healthy body because of unforgiveness. So it's important that the mindset be right too. So we are helping our group deal with some individual problems so that there's a balance. Me and Dr. Bernetta do a lot of workshops on spiritual balance, mental balance, and the physical. And so we're doing that in different places to help people. My husband, who's been a hospice patient for 12 and a half years, he's had energy, but he's got more energy because he started stealing my capsules. So I got to order me some gummies so he can have my capsules. So I praise God, and it's a whole lifestyle. I cheated just a couple days off the shred, grabbed a couple of his French fries, and went right back on to continue to do. So I'm actually going to add more discipline even to this next one coming up. I already got my food prepared. I got my munchies, my carrot sticks, and my celery sticks for the munchies in between. It's already prepared. Got my Glen Ivory days with my water aerobics on the calendar. Got me on the calendar.
You
Amen.
on the calendar. I hope, Ma BJ, that you will, during our shred, get on to our group and share with us the parts about our mental, I would say mental fitness and our spiritual mind, because yeah, we are talking shred, but we also need to shred unforgiveness, or shred the things that are holding us down. So I do hope that you are comfortable with sharing that deeper level, because what this is, again, we are not just about fruits and vegetables and nutrition, but we are a whole self, and working on one part of ourself is not going to get it right. So you can have a good outer world, but your inner world is a little shaken up. We got to work on it all. So please come on in there and show us or share with us how to enhance us on the inside as well. So thank you so much. Our shred team leaders are amazing human beings, and I am so grateful to have the opportunity to know these people, to hang out with them. Sometimes I share hotel rooms with them, and so just some wonderful things. So what I say to you all out there before we open it up to questions is that I'm planting this seed in advance. When you do the shred and you see results and you know that you want to tell other people because it's doing such good things in your body, consider being open to being a part of our shred leader team. We have a lot of fun. We say inspiring healthy living around the world, literally around the world, because Bernetta just came back from around the world. She was in all these countries sharing, and we travel together, we connect with each other, we keep each other accountable, and we are just, I think we're amazing. Not to be biased, but we're amazing. So just put that in your the back of your mind. We'll visit that at another time. But at this time, I'd like to just open it up for questions or comments or anything that you want to make sure that you understand as you go into the shred. You're welcome to type your question in. You are welcome to unmute yourself and verbalize your question. Now, with the whole unmuting and verbalizing, if we have a whole bunch of people, we have to do like bumper cars and figure out who said what. But this is our time to open that up to questions.
I'll say one thing. Robin,
Hello.
Daphne didn't get her meal plan and the digital guide and everything in her packet.
She did not?
No.
Okay. I will, Daphne. Okay, got
I already inboxed her and asked for her number so I can get her everything in one fell swoop. And then I'll make sure you have it, BJ.
Okay, you'll take care of it, Dr. Bernetta? Did you say you'll take care of that? Okay, yes. Okay, thank you so much. Any other, there was someone that had a question, someone out there?
Yes, I don't have a question. I have a comment. I am just now getting in. I'm in Rochester, New York, so I've missed everything. Is there a way I can listen? Has this been recorded? I was not able to get in on time.
Is this Sharon?
No, it's Sandra in Rochester, New York.
Oh, I'm Sharon Felder. Yes?
Sandra Felder.
I'm sorry, Sandra. Please,
Yes, it's Sandra Felder.
please forgive me.
It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. I'm sorry. I had a business meeting at church. I tried, but I did not make it. So I'm just now coming on, and apparently I've missed everything.
But the good news, you want good news? Do you like good news? Are you up for good news?
Yes, I could use some good news.
I recorded it.
Yes.
I recorded it for you. So
That's what I wanted to know. All right.
I recorded for you.
So what do I do to get the recording?
I'm gonna send it to you just as soon as I get it uploaded. I will post it in the group and then I will tag you and I'll get it to you. I shall.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Other, we're running over time a little bit, a lot. Any other last questions or comments? We had a good pre-shred meeting, so we're doing what we have to do. I just want to see if anybody has any. I'm going to stop the recording at this point. Are you sure anybody else doesn't want to chime in? Going once, going twice. All right, so we will make sure that we look for you as of Monday, and sending you love and blessings. Thank you